Yes, this is where I'm supposed to say good evening and welcome to Chronicles. Once again, I am late in the sense that I'm not quite ready, but that's okay. We will be in a second. Just getting everything ready. Uh, I haven't seen Diana yet. She hasn't joined the group. But I have promised Diana, so hopefully she'll be showing up soon. Lots of little things happening in our week this week. We, meaning me, of course, I'm still working on Cyclopian, our new series. And Miss Diane, hello,
Hey, honey.
board.
What
Welcome aboard.
am I bored?
Can you
What?
hear me?
Uh-huh. I can hear you. Can you hear
All
me?
right. Yes.
Good.
Yes, I can.
Okay, hold on a second. Lucy needs to ask me a question.
Of course. Because this is a good live show. uh, now you see, folks, why we've gone to half-hour shows. Choose your destiny. Yeah. Oh, look, I think she's coming back now.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. You gonna do
Yeah.
your nails or have any dinner or anything while we're here? She's not even paying attention. She can't even hear me.
No, I
I
can. I
think
got
she's
had
looping. I think she's looping a video.
no, I'm not.
What
I'm
day
in the
is it?
it is Wednesday, it's 8:32, and we are in Hero Shack Chronicles. Welcome everybody.
Okay, she's back. She's live.
I'm
So how
very
you doing?
live. I'm very, very tired, but I'm doing awesome. How are you?
I'm good. For those watching this, you should be aware the Hero Shack
You
Twitter account
what?
is no longer what?
What did you just say? I didn't.
I am I not being heard or is it you?
No, it's weird. It's glitchy. I don't know
What's
why.
glitchy?
Okay, never mind. It straightened out. It was me. I'm here. I'm fine. I'm good. Can you hear me all right? I gotta bring
What?
my mic. Can you not hear me?
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Really?
No, I can hear you. It's just very frustrating when someone does that. I can't hear
Oh,
you. Can you see me?
I know you have a big mic in front of your head.
Yeah, I did. So, anyways, if uh, uh,
If you could what?
I don't know
I'm listening.
if we're talking, like, are we together now
Yeah, I'm right
on the same
here.
stream? Yeah,
Yes.
because like I want to announce that like the Twitter account is no longer me.
What?
It's gone purely corporate. The Twitter account.
Oh, yes. You did say you were going to do that. I hadn't
Yep, it's
realized that
been
you did.
switched over. So if you haven't been invited to my private Twitter yet, you will be soon. There are quite a few accounts that I have to track
Mm-hmm.
down and invite, but the Hero Shack account is becoming Cyclopian, and it will be character driven, based. No more politics, no more drama,
I
except
love
for the
it.
drama that he wants to make.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so what else is happening? Cluster Fudge is on its
Um,
way, not out the door to customers yet. We're waiting on the books to show up. But we are hopeful any day we'll get the word and they'll be here. Um,
well, I
Yang
haven't
is in,
heard
right?
yet. I just checked on that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to give you an update. I did check on that. So the books,
Well,
they're
yeah,
they're
I
not done
figured.
yet.
But the rest of the bling is, right?
Yes, we are ready to go. Everything else is here and rocking and rolling and ready to go. I'm just waiting on the actual books to get here. But we did send out the PDF, so people have a copy of the.
Yeah, and I haven't heard any feedback, so that kind of makes me nervous. I don't know if people just haven't looked or if they hate it
Mm-hmm.
or what. But regardless, we are working on the next project, which is the first issue of the Cyclopean series, which will be
Mm-hmm.
my main flag now for probably the next 2 years.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll see if you love it. I will be I will be focusing on that story and that character alone, um, with the direct and intent purpose of growing the character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you guys have seen 2 years of him in Hero Shack Chronicles or Hero Shack Sandbox and Hero Shack in Search of Heroes. However, it is time to nail down all of that and just finally do a really professional run of Cyclopian.
Right.
So that's what's going to happen. That's what
I
we
love
are.
it though. Well, and we are trying to get, some legal stuff done too
Yep.
with
Yep.
Cyclopian and all of that.
Yep. You don't
You
want to
know,
say too much about that on a public stream, though.
I'm not. I'm just, yeah. I'm just,
we're just working. We're working some stuff into place. We're looking forward to publishing and manufacturing. Bling things, as I like to call them. Uh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Diana, how is your story coming along, and do you have a working title yet? Terry's asking.
Oh, my story is in process. I do not have a working title yet. Um, I have just been kind of busy helping Chris and whatnot, so I haven't focused a whole lot on it. I'll be honest, I really haven't. Because I am focused on you, Chris. It's all you.
I
What
don't
are you
believe that.
doing? What's that?
I'm trying not to be frustrated. I'm just frustrated this evening.
Why, honey? Don't be
I just am.
frustrated.
I just
Oh,
am. What are you eating?
I'm not eating anything.
I hear a spoon.
Nope.
No?
It's it's not me.
You don't have tea or anything like that? Oh, there it is. There's the spoon. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh my god. I didn't even tinkle on it. I didn't.
I can hear the
I
metal in the water.
Come on. It's not even in my cup. I stirred it. I went like this. Quietly. I have to stir it.
Oh! I need to teach you how to mute when you stir.
Then you'd yell at me, why are you muting your phone? I mean, why are you on mute? I can't win with you
That's
tonight.
not true.
It's
That's
true.
not even fair. So, anyways,
So talk about Twitter. I am very glad that you've made that switch in all
well,
honesty.
there's not much to say. I'm just done with it. And don't misunderstand me, my friends. I'm not done with you. But that account is too tied into all the drama with the CGTM crap, and there's a lot of people on there that are somehow symbolically tied to that account, and I just know it's time to let it go and let someone else handle the reins. So that's what's happening, and I am still doing my own personal Twitter. So I'll
Yep.
still have my political rants and raves and my
I was going to say,
but I'm going to, the comic book is going to be what's important at the current Twitter account, not my particular ranting of the day.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's weird because I want to reach out and contact and connect with people, but things are so polarizing right now that you can't have an opposing opinion or a counter opinion without people just shutting you out, which is unfortunate because that's how growth is stifled. But for the sake of the book and for the sake of the characters and for the sake of the fans that want to see this grow, I'm thinking it's better that I let that account represent the book as opposed to the creator behind the book.
I agree. And I think that, that account represents not only the book, but the whole who you are as a creator. Do you know what I mean? Like, I, I like that separation of your personal stuff and your professional stuff. I think
Well, I
that,
don't even know if it's possible in the 21st century, but I want to try to create an environment that was similar to that Marvel and DC worked in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and even some of the 90s. There was a lot less drama and just more focus on the comics. Yeah. Well, I'd be in trouble because I only have I have like two eyes. But I am going to have a lot of fun with Cyclopian's one eye. There are things that I have planned that, yeah, he's got a lot of jokes built in that are going to be brought forth. Now, the whole book will be safe for anybody to read. But I would caution parents only to the extent that there will be animated or illustrated violence. And I don't mean gore, and I don't mean incredible violence, but you can't have a superhero book without having some violence. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't a focus on doing the right thing, trying to resolve battles without battles, and you know, it doesn't mean that there won't be good stories and good morals taught within the book.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
There
some
will
people are like,
be.
well, if you make a comic, you should make one without any violence at all. I'm sorry, that's not a comic
How
book.
do you do that? How do you do
Well,
that?
you could, okay. So, for example, if you did like, if you looked at Garfield, well, no, that might have slapstick comedy. If you look at Peanuts, that has a little slapstick in it too. Bugs, but oh wow, I'm running out of ideas. I'm sure there is a cartoon out there somewhere that
It's
doesn't have
like,
any violence in it,
I
though.
don't know of any. Like, how could that even
All right,
happen?
so like Sunday newspaper cartoons or comics often had no violence. There you go. That would be a comic
Really?
without violence. Sure, think about it, like Family Circus. You almost never had violence. It was
Well,
always
that's true.
any
But
little joke.
really, but that wasn't that just like a one.
Well, normally it
Um.
would be a strip. So it'd be
Yeah.
similar to like when you got it when you get a book of Garfield, strip comics, and you would have a whole book with just these, one or two liners and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's not my style. So I want to. This is going to sound strange, but I want to touch the hearts of the kid that wants to see adventure and excitement. But I want to do it without jacking them up so high that they're getting rated R content. Um, comics are great, but a lot
That's
of them
good.
these days,
Yeah, they're
I'm
really
ashamed that some of my books I couldn't hand out to any kid. And I'm not,
right.
shame isn't the right word, but I'm very aware of it. And I would never
Mm-hmm.
hand out my adult books to kids.
Mm.
But on the other hand, I want to have comics to be able to go, yo, kid, have a blast,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy. The Hero Shack series I could do that with, and the Cyclopian series will be no different. It'll be
Mm.
very dynamic
Kid
in the sense
friendly.
that I'm going to have to stretch to be able to write it to entertain adults and kids.
Yeah.
But I
Would
think
they
if
be?
people are looking for the classic comic experience, we'll have it.
Yeah. Would your books be considered kid friendly for like a certain age group?
Well, I would definitely think it would make 13 and up,
Yeah.
for like no
That
doubts
I
about it.
agree.
But I would always recommend, even if I was to tell you my book is safe for 6-year-olds, I would always recommend a parent. If you're with a kid under 13, no matter what you're turning over to them as entertainment, you should check it out, because even the little kids stuff has to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You should even view that stuff, even the kid programs that you are told are safe,
Mm-hmm.
because you never know. They might be teaching them something you don't agree with, and that's something you have to be careful of as a parent.
Well, I have
Um,
a young man that likes to download games on the iPad when I work with him. And he's like 5 years old. He's downloading shooting games. I have to delete them. He doesn't like it.
so
I know you're
Terry,
reading
Terry,
something.
Terry says what you're saying is having barbed wire drag a guy out of her bar by his mohawk is too violent. Well, now, not necessarily, Terry, because it all depends on how you illustrate it and how you portray it. Um, let's let's say um, let's say Barb there dragged the guy out, but while she was doing it, his flesh was being torn against the floor, and he snags a nail on the way out the door, and it rips through his muscle in his arm, and he gets
Ew.
thrown from the door and falls to the ground, and blood is pouring from that wound, and he gets kicked in the face by Barb because she's just angry now, or he, I don't know if Barb is or she, but the point is that would be more graphic than just grabbing the guy by the hair and throwing him out of the bar. So I mean, it depends on how you tell it, right?
Right. That's
Um,
true. It does depend on that.
well, I remember there was a time when Wolverine was considered, down, dirty, dark, and violent, and you
Really?
thought anything.
Wolverine?
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
wait.
well, see, you're
Wolverine?
funny because you're. Hang on, let me tell you something. You're MCU Wolverine. You're like Wolverine's such a nice guy. What do you mean? Do you remember Logan, the movie where he was old?
Yeah, I kind of
Remember
like
that
that movie
first scene where
actually.
he tore up those guys with his claws, and it was like extremely graphic and not like anything
Mm-hmm.
we've ever seen?
Yeah.
That was Wolverine when he first came out. But here's the key: that Wolverine was under Comics Code Authority and under certain restrictions. I believe it was Comics
Um.
Code, or at least Marvel was toning him down. So when he cut somebody, you didn't really see it. You saw blood splat, you saw black ink, you saw implied actions, and you saw, like aftermath. Like if somebody got gutted, they might be, instead of actually seeing the gutting, usually you would just see a hand over the gut while he's down.
Mm-hmm.
The exception to that would definitely be Frank Miller. Sorry, Frank Miller's always been graphic, and I don't think he's ever going to change. But like when Byrne did them in the X-Men, it was all done
Right.
with such professionalism in class that an adult could look at it and go, "Oh," where a kid might look at it and go, "Oh, neato." We won't get into what she did before dragging the guy out of the bar. um,
So I'm thinking this is
but
an
again, we
adult.
could, depending on how we told the story. Like, for example, in the 24-hour comic that we did, that I did, and Terry did one too this last year.
Uh-huh.
The story of Blood Puff involved basically a mutant that was, de-aging humans so they could be sexual perverts as kids.
Oh God.
And I told the story without ever having to get explicit, without ever having to have any graphic content that would be upsetting to anybody. And I felt like it should be redone sometime with more time, because the story is actually a story of like rescuing people from themselves, from the perversions
Mm-hmm.
that they were carrying. And I ended it kind of cheaply. Like I ended up killing the antagonists and stuff, the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole story concept has a lot of leg to it that has never been exploited. Um, and I think it's scary because it's almost believable if you think about how bad the world really is right now. I
Right.
could literally see rich old people wanting to be turned into, young teenage adults or young teenage
Ooh.
versions so they could do weird things. It's sick to even think of, but that's like the world is so bad. That's where fiction has to go, into weird places. And I'm
Right.
like, there's nothing weirder than something like that.
Mm-hmm.
AK Barb Wire was one of the bad girls in comics. Gotcha. I
I don't
assume
know
she's
her.
been published and everything. I don't know who she is per se, but remember, I took off like 30 years and then just kind of jumped back in. I didn't know anything about comics really for, I'd say from, the mid 90s till about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, the mid 90s, I was just more or less riding the trends. I wasn't into the comics.
Right.
But like if Jim Lee did something cool or Todd McFarlane, I had to be there. By then, I was actually burnt out on John Byrne, actually, because I remember turning away from him after his Superman.
Really?
He was doing something called Next Men, I think, and I refused to buy it because I was
I
upset
don't
with him.
remember.
Yeah, I know it's all under the water, under the bridge stuff from 30, 40 years ago. But
I have
point
no
being,
idea.
that's how long it's been since I was into regular comics.
Right. Now, do you read any? You're not reading any comics
Regular
now, are
series.
you?
Just the
No.
indies and just the stuff that I get a hold of. Right now, I don't have any books on order. I need to pick a couple of books to order
Mm-hmm.
because I like to have 2 orders out at a time. And to be honest, I really have been so busy with Cyclopian, I don't know who to back right now.
Right.
One of my primary deals in backing is I try to find the guys that aren't getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so my apologies to fellow creators out there. If you have a campaign and it's already been funded and you're just waiting for the to fulfill it, or it's in demand, I typically will turn around and look for somebody who's still struggling. Even though that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get the best comics,
Mm-hmm.
independent comics to me is kind of like not only is it hit and miss, but sometimes the jewels are in the
Ah,
ones
okay.
that aren't the best. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like you can get a comic from the best creative team in the world and it can suck. And you can get one from, a team of teenage high schoolers and it could rock your world just because of
Mm-hmm.
the, the force behind it, the spirit behind it, the energy. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like movies or music. Why is it some rock bands that only have a drummer or guitarist and a bass player sound better
Right.
than bands with 8 guys? Because they have the heart and
Right.
soul. Why did Nirvana
Mm-hmm.
literally destroy heavy metal? Well, because there were 3 guys who just came out and put passion into it beyond like the commercialism, and it just
Mm-hmm.
waylays to heavy metal at the time. And we, my friend, can do the same in the comic world.
Yes, we can.
So
You're
speaking of
funny.
that, since Terry's hanging around,
Hmm.
um, like we need to start looking at making books, my friend. We need to get you productive and going, so I can start like promoting you too. Um, Gary has quite a few books in the works, and I feel terrible because Gary, if you're watching, I believe you're on duty or something on Wednesdays now. I don't know. I believe it. Hey, Gary, you are there. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay.
Jeez, Chris, you blew
I
my
am dying to
eardrums
hear about
out.
your books, brother. All right, let me get the link. I'm going to send it to you via Facebook. Um, and Terry, if you want it too, I can send it your way too. I'm sorry. Uh, I've been babbling on because that's just what I do.
I was gonna say that's just kind of what
That's
you
just
do.
what I do. um, but yeah, I'm dying to talk to Gary about Pyramid Nights. Okay, I just hit Facebook. I'm going to send a message over to him too. Bingo, here he comes. Boom, boom. Okay, so I just sent out the StreamYard links via Facebook. Wow, I didn't even know Gary was there. That's so funny. But like, I want to promote his stuff. I'd love to promote something from you, Terry. Um, but I want to keep our promotions kind of low key to the point that like either we know them personally, know them online for a while.
Hmm.
I see in the circle of comic book creators, I'm just kind of leaving now, like or just kind of getting away from a little bit. I
Hmm.
see a lot of
Yeah.
like just not great support for each other.
Right.
And yeah, I see Gary, you're on YouTube. Oh, I see you can't get it on Facebook.
No.
All right, how many viewers? All right, we only have 2 viewers, so I'm going to send this, and I'm warning anybody out there if you come in here and try to flash or be bad, I am going to be so mad. We're being careful because of the bad guy. That's all I'm going to call him, the bad guy, the villain. So, honey,
Yeah.
no, I meant Terry.
Sorry
I
about
was
calling you
playing.
honey
Get that?
again.
Did you
Okay.
get that?
So I'm gonna
I was
go
calling
now.
Terry honey.
I'm really tired, so I'm gonna
I
leave.
know that's why I did that.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. I didn't know about you two, but I'm a little worried now.
No, it's not like that. It's just that he's
It's
sweet.
not, it's not
Really,
like that. He's trying to be funny.
He's
yes,
not though. I keep telling him he's not. He doesn't listen to
but it's
me.
absolutely true that George Perez was a great artist and still is.
Yeah, nice try.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who George Perez is?
A writer artist.
Oh, you're faking it now. I think he has written stuff.
I've learned from the best. What can I say?
Actually,
We just know
he
George
has
Perez.
written and drawn comics. She's right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I figured he had, but he is definitely known as an artist.
Mm.
Also joining us right now is Gary Henderson, creator, artist.
What's up,
Good.
brother?
Nice, brother.
Hey,
Hey, did you do a
Gary.
show just like a week ago?
I did it in Concord.
Yeah,
Oh,
we haven't been able to get into Shenny shows yet. It's been
Well, it was,
crazy.
yeah, I know. It was hard to get in that when I had to share a spot with somebody who had a bigger spot than they thought they
Oh
had.
wow.
how
Well,
was
that's cool.
attendance?
It was actually good. I did pretty well because it's funny because I had some people that bought like 4 of my issues, and now I have 6 that have
Hmm.
come back and bought 5 and 6. And
Wow, that's awesome, Gary.
yeah, one kid was a little kid like 2 years ago, and now he's like tall, and he's like, "Oh, I love your books. You know, it's a great story, and this and that."
It is a good story.
Yeah,
That's
and I
awesome.
actually I showed I actually sold a hoodie also, so that worked out.
Woohoo, Gary, that's
I know.
exciting, right?
First hoodie I ever sold.
I love it. That's
Thank
good
you.
news.
Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. You work so hard on your stuff, you know.
And you guys do too. I don't know how Christopher comes up with this stuff so quick. Like,
Oh, you know what? I'm actually
it's taking me
slowing
months.
down, thank God. In
Oh,
fact,
you
I
are?
wanted to show you guys something. Let me see if I can pull it up.
And I'm sorry about your dog too. I'm really sorry.
Hey, thank you, man.
Yeah.
I
And you
mean,
look better with a
that
short
almost
hair.
sounds like I was excited because she died, but I wasn't. She was just she was. It was weird. It was like It got to the point where I just asked the vet. I said, "Is this like a farm animal situation where she's far enough gone that we should put her down?" And it was. She was. She was really starting to get to where suffering was on all she was going to get.
Sorry. How old was
Yeah,
she?
well, us too, but it was a relief because
She was 12.
Yeah, and she needed the rest.
Yeah.
As sad as that sounds.
Yeah.
We just got a dog, and she's out
I
of her
know,
mind.
she's so cute.
Yeah, but she's out of her mind.
Of course she is. She's a puppy.
She's got springs everywhere. Like
she's a puppy.
Yeah, she's jumping off the walls, trying to get on the counter. Like, everything you put in the trash, she goes for. It's
goodness.
Yeah, and she's a little pooper too. Like, I just put you outside. What are you pooping inside for? That kind of thing.
Oh, we have that issue too. Miss
Yeah.
Tiny is a little brat.
Yeah. So what are you working on now? That's what I want to know. Because I'm so out of the loop. I haven't seen you guys or talked to you guys much.
Yeah, bro.
I'm so sorry about that.
We figure you've been busy.
I've been a little busy, but.
So I just wanted to show you guys what I'm going through with this book. So
yeah.
This is Comic Life. I think that's it's called Comic Draw. It's the book I use for my lettering, or the program I use for my lettering. So this is Cyclopian #1. I'm actually redoing the whole series, and one benefit that I'm having because I'm taking more time, is when I go into a page like this.
That's cool. I saw that. That's cool.
Check this out, though. I really thought I had something going on, and I was happy with it, and then I realized that there was a problem. So in my story, the old man in the mountain up in New Hampshire, remember him?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well, this Cyclopian crashes in New Hampshire, and he is the reason the old man falls.
I thought that.
You thought that? You knew that the Cyclopian did that? No. Or you thought about it too, right?
Yeah, it couldn't have been natural. No way, right?
Yeah, I'm like, no way. So if you look at this page, okay, it's a debrief. It's a briefing room, and you see the woman talking to 3 people on the top up here. Wait, let me see if I can do this up there. Oh wow, I kind of can.
That's a big finger.
Yeah, and then over here she's still talking, and then down on the bottom you can see that the old man is there, right?
Yeah.
Well, this page has stood for 3 weeks while I've been working on the other pages, and this morning I woke up and I realized it really needed to be switched around. So those 2 panels I've made small on the top, and I've added the middle panel where they're having a little bit of dialogue because there was no character build there.
Yeah.
And then the old man takes up a heck of a lot more real estate, half a page, horizontally.
Yeah, you're gonna have that show, yeah.
And then I get a chance to draw her again, and she's like our pretty eye candy of the page.
Yeah.
This girl here is more like a military girl. She's not ugly or anything, but she's not like with the long hair and the dress.
Right, she got the short hair, like
Yeah, she's tough and but actually they're not going to be in the story very long. They're just kind of NPCs. So I've been drawing things like here. Let me switch to this view so I can show you my big thing that I really love.
That's cool. I like that. The city there. That's awesome.
You see this C with the eyeball?
Oh yeah.
That is going to be the Cyclopian logo, or at least that's the first version of it. I'm going to work on it to make it a little better. Yeah. But that's the initial draft. I brought up this one because I wanted to show you guys. Where is it? The 2-page spreads, because they're really starting to become something I love to do.
I really think Cyclopian. Your Cyclopian is one of your strongest characters that you have.
Yeah, I'm loving developing him too. Yeah. He's still got the Egyptian ties and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's just going to be a lot of fun because he's more like he's 18 years old now. He's not aged at all in terms of he's not an older guy.
Yeah.
The white guy you see with him in these pictures here is actually based on Captain Aura from my teenage years. They used to be enemies in my teenage comics when I was a kid. And he's actually going to become another character who I've hinted at a lot and only used once or twice, which is Captain Christian.
Yeah.
And in the book, in the course of his training, actually, you can see like here the captain drags him into church. And Cyclopian says, but I'm not even Christian. He says, it doesn't matter. It's Easter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because the captain is actually Catholic. So I remember growing up with Tony, and I used to get dragged into Catholic masses all the time.
Oh,
and it
boy.
wouldn't matter if I was Catholic or not.
Yeah.
It was just, it's this day you're coming. It's so-and-so's mass. You got to be there. You're coming with me. You know, and it was just the way they were.
Right. Well, you brought
So
up
like I've been working on the colors. There's another 2-page spread right here, and you can see it's still in black and white.
Yeah.
But the reason I like showing these pages is because this is how I've really come to start writing all the time now. I have done a couple of formal scripts, and they're nice and all, but I really like laying it all out full size in a comic book form, writing a script and letting it sit for a week and keep working on it, and then going back and refining it.
So you do it visually first now?
I see them together. You know what I mean? Like when I'm writing dialogue, like I actually see the person, and I'm like, I want to remember that pose, and I don't like writing it out. Like it feels like a waste if you write out a paragraph of what a room looks like and you never use it. I'd rather just draw it, you know?
Yeah. I always am visually first, like how I want the scene to look like a director does, and and what I want in the background and how the characters feel before I actually go into the dialogue or even because in my head I know it's back there what I want them to say or what's going on, but in the front of my mind is the visuals where I actually see.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And I'm the complete opposite. I write out a whole I
can't do
synopsis. I have my characters and a description, the physical description, and just some personality traits and my plot. I'm working on my plot from my story about the young boy with high functioning autism.
Oh, that's awesome.
He thinks he's living in a nightmare, and so but it's because he doesn't know his diagnosis, so everything is like really weird and his perception's off and stuff like that. So but I have like rough copies of it, and I started the story, but I haven't worked on it at all. It's just been busy, but I keep adding to my sort of cheat sheet, but there is absolutely no visual, guys. No visual except with my words. I can see what this young man looks like because he's actually, I've taken some of the elements from a real person that I'm modeling the character after. So I have that visual, but I don't, like, you guys literally visualize your story and then write words to it. Like you have a picture in your head. I don't do anything like so. I don't know if my book will ever have pictures because I don't know if my husband would like help in that manner or one of my children.
That is a great time to just segue to the fact that we have 2 very talented children, one who's highly motivated and one who needs motivation. But the motivated one keeps asking us when we're going to hire him, when we're going to use commission. And that point will be coming sooner rather than later. At some point, we will be looking to hire our kids as artists for at least pinups. Krista especially, but Jace is coming along. He's actually taking art classes, and I mean like in college, trying to become an art teacher now.
He's doing well.
And a lot of his work, you'd be surprised at how refined it is for comics. One of the things he's great about, which I'm horrible about, I love sketchy lines, and he is into rock solid lines. So I think if nothing else, he has a future as an inker. I'm working on it, but I still have rough lines and don't really care at times. I love it,
Right.
But your artwork's really phenomenal. I really like it a lot.
Well, thank you, bro. You know where I'm coming from. Like I go back and I look at the first stuff, and you must do it too. I look at my first books, and I'm like, holy cow, man, where was I?
Well, that's why I have people working for me now,
That's awesome.
And that's really where I would love to grow Cyclopian. Like I have this idea I'm kicking around for a series about him in elementary school. Because the whole concept, he's raised by a family in a military small town setup.
Yeah.
So they literally create a small town for all the freaks in the United States, so they can manipulate them, grow them, train them, all that stuff. And so where was I going with this, honey? Help me.
Are you still implementing like the hero?
And I want to have the book feature all the little things they deal with in elementary school.
Right.
So he'll be hanging around with Zoe the Zombie, who's a kickback from another comic book that we were playing with years ago.
Yeah.
And she's a preteen zombie who basically is being injected into the educational system. Kind of as
she has an IEP. Yeah, it's
Yes,
a
has an
definitely.
But because if you look at the educational system, they really do try to force inclusion no matter what and stuff.
Yeah.
So initially she was supposed to be a joke character of, like they were forcing a zombie to go to school with kids because she was under, she couldn't quit. She had to go to school. It's the law.
There were special methods, special things put in place so she wouldn't eat her classmates or her teacher.
But they always,
guys, you know what's so funny? This is based off a little student that I work with who was, I absolutely loved her, but she was a fighter.
Stop. Don't, you can't talk about that. Nope.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Can't say
Except that she was a biter.
You're saying way too much.
She bit me.
Honey, those people may be watching.
They have no idea who I'm talking about. They don't even know a school district. I didn't say the school district you work for. It was a school district from way back when.
I don't, those people could still be watching, honey.
Why is your head floating in like a sky?
Because I have superpowers.
That's where he is.
Yeah.
That's where he is.
No, I'm trying to find creative ways to show off the artwork while we talk.
Oh.
I like that. I like how that looks. Yeah, definitely. I like the colors you put in the city.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it really looks good.
By the way,
one of the hardest things I think is like implementing the colors, into something as big as that. Like you want it to make it look like a skyline in a real city, even though it's a comic book, but
well, you do know, I look at photos all the time now.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do this without ruining my camera here. But
whoa.
Okay, so like up there, I have a 42-inch TV that's facing down on my workboard here where I draw.
Yeah.
And then I have the computer here. Wait a minute, let me see.
Where's your coffee maker?
What's that?
Where's your coffee maker?
Oh, that's just a few feet away. Don't give him any ideas. No.
But so like I have all this tech around me.
Yeah.
And like I literally will pull up pictures of cities and just look at the colors and then match them, There's a picture floating around. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll just show you real quick. Diana actually called Cyclopian sexy.
Whoa.
Oh, he was. Look at wait till you see this picture, you guys. I was like, holy crap, he's hot. Okay, he's got one eye for a head, but
oh yeah, that's hot. One eye.
Yeah.
My wife's just a little strange. Okay, I just sent it to my computer. So let me pull it up.
No, wait till you see this dude. I was like,
I was actually looking at a guy in a vest when I drew this.
Yeah, we should be referencing for sure. That sounds so wrong.
That's how you do it now. Everybody's
he was referencing. Yeah.
There is a difference between referencing and tracing and stuff, but it's hard to trace one-eye guys. So, all right, here we go.
I can't even believe that came out of your mouth, Chris. Seriously, look at him. He's hot looking. Look at his abs and stuff. I'm like, wow, that looks really good. I liked it.
Well, and you have inspired me to give him more of an edge because you responded to that. He's going to start off for sure in the Superman.
Wait, what do you think, you guys? Do you see it? Do you see what I see? Thank you.
He's sexy.
You
can't tell people that. You can't say that. I haven't
seen his butt. What does his butt look like?
I don't know. That's a good question. We need a butt shot next, Chris. We're crying out loud.
I have a couple of butt shots in there,
Oh my god.
Yeah, you have to read the book better.
Gary.
You have to read the book and get the butt shot. Got it.
Well, the butt is an important thing to draw because it shows off the muscularity of the lower body.
He has one eye but two cracks.
What's that?
Oh my god.
It's got one eye but two cracks.
Yeah. Hey,
See?
so I wanted to tell you,
You
we
started
actually
it.
were. I was inspired by Romans 12 the other day when you posted it with highlighted text,
Oh,
Mhm.
and we
yeah.
actually used it Monday night in God Chat
Oh,
because it
that's
stuck with
awesome.
me all day long.
Yeah.
I love the New Testament. You know, I really do.
Yeah, but that
Just,
particular passage was so cutting and so, it
yeah.
just hits the heart. And it's like, oh yeah,
Mm.
when we got to God Chat that night, I was
Yeah.
like, I want to talk about Romans 12, and Diana's like, is this because Gary posted it? And I was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I did.
And
I asked him.
I had the
It just
graphic
blows my
saved already
mind
just
that,
to share it.
excuse me, it just
What-
blows my mind that Saul, who became Paul, was a murderer of Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was changed by, he saw Jesus who blinded him. And then he became a Christian and what do you call it, an apostle to
Yep.
Jesus. And then he's like, has all this wisdom to like tell all the, the churches, the Romans, the Timothy, Thessalonians,
Mhm.
all those
Yeah, it
people.
could be argued that he's been the best evangelist of all
Yeah.
time.
Evangelical, yeah.
Yeah.
Not the modern day ones,
Well,
the
some would
past.
say like Billy Graham has hit a higher amount of people or whatever.
Mhm.
But I would always remind everybody, Paul not only like lived it and went around to different countries, he
Yeah.
wrote
Right.
these letters that ended up in the New Testament that we quote
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Billy Graham will never get put in the Bible.
No,
But
no,
That's
Paul
true.
is.
sure. No.
Paul's amazing.
He was amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
I must say, yeah.
And it's funny because I know a lot of Christians that will tell you bad things about Paul. They don't like Paul because they don't understand Paul.
Right.
And I don't know
All
if you can
about
truly call
forgiveness.
them
That's
Christian
what
if
it
they're
is.
against Paul.
Yeah.
But he's just a blessing.
It's all about
Mhm.
forgiveness,
Mhm.
Amen, man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
It
anyways,
is.
Yeah, we got off comics, but that's okay. We'll
I
get
know
back
what
on it.
I know.
happened.
I know I
Well-
watch your God chat once in a while, not all the time. I do watch it.
Mhm.
I
Well, we're
love
bringing
the
it back.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, we've done it now for about a month and a half every Monday night.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this thing forever, but we used to do it on
Right.
Monday nights.
Yeah.
And I'm
this-
so
we
sorry
just-
about the hack you experienced.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God, that was horrific.
I mean, it was kind of like it's just disgusting. It was kind of
Wow.
educational though, but
Yeah, I had never
was
seen
terrible.
anything like that. I mean, I thought I was hardcore, like I thought I had experienced life. That was
Yeah.
the most disgusting. That
it's
poor
terrible.
woman, voluntary or not, was bad.
Yeah, it was terrible. I don't know how that happened. You know who did
Well, I
that?
know that we got pushed out of our own chat, and
Yeah.
he ended up having
freaked out.
access to the screen share.
Yeah, I'm sorry
Mhm.
I brought that up, but it was just so bizarre.
It's okay. I mean,
Like,
it's always going to be there, and people are going to wonder why we're so sensitive about sharing the link.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's why, because I'm normally very open about it. I'm just gun shy right now.
Right.
right.
So,
Right.
what else is happening, honey? How's everything else coming? We're waiting on the books to come in.
Yep, we've already ordered them. I ordered them
That's
last
awesome.
week.
You
And
have
so
a
we're
Bling
just
is in, right?
do I what,
You
Gary?
still
The
print
bling is
through
in.
Amazon or
Yeah, we're still going
Okay.
through Amazon at this point.
yeah.
Actually,
Really?
I want to think about Amazon because we're considering cross releasing on Cosmicology.
Okay.
And I know they're one of the biggest, but I know that has a lot to do with Amazon dumping billions into that, into that whole digital publishing arena.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
Webtoons, I think, is one that I'm thinking about.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there may be a couple of others that we consider.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we need to find a digital solution. That's really the way to get the kids
Right.
looking
right.
at your stuff. And if they look at it and like it, they will buy the books, they will buy the merch. Eventually,
Yeah.
if your product is good enough, they'll start coming around.
Now, are
Right.
you going to do another book considering the Reapers? I really enjoyed that one.
For next Halloween, I am
Yeah.
thinking about doing a Last of the Reapers too.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I'm also thinking about Cluster Fudge too, but until I get some response,
yeah.
it's hard to know. So when the
Right.
books go out and I see how people
Yeah.
actually respond when they see the artwork on paper,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's when I think things are going to get exciting. Like right now, it's all digital, and if you don't look at the PDF and a 2-page spread,
Yeah.
the two-page layouts don't work,
Mhm.
so they don't look as good.
Right.
Oh,
And
I
there's a
see.
lot of 2-page stuff.
Well, you gotta look into this printer I go through, page by page printing. He's really good, and he gives you a good price too. You know.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah.
You see,
and-
Diana, she's writing it down. That is
Yeah.
a good business manager, babe. Good job.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean-
getting compliments now.
Yeah,
Yay.
his colors are very, you know, in your book are very, you know, vibrant, and
Mhm.
and the quality of the paper, all kinds. You know, he has different paper, but I go with that glossy tech paper.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
exactly what it's called, but it
Mhm.
makes it stand out a lot. I really enjoy
That's
it.
awesome.
I can't wait to get my hands on your other 2 books. That's why,
Thanks.
even though we couldn't get in the show, we should have gone to the show in Concord, but I didn't realize it was even happening.
Oh, he's a
'Cause
great
those
guy
are-
too, Jason, the guy that sponsors it. You know, if you can get in touch with him and talk to him, he's a really good guy. Him and his wife.
Right.
You know, they love comics their whole life, and they love independent people that
I'm
are
looking him up right
creating their
now.
own stuff. And
Is he local?
I think he lives in. Oh shit. I know I think he lives in New Hampshire. I'm not sure.
Okay, that's fine.
Did he do the Comic Bash show in Nashua? Is that a different guy?
That's a different guy. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm still trying to get in Boxborough too. I paid already for last year's, but it was canceled due to the COVID.
Right.
And he has a show coming up in July. You know, the
Right.
July 4th weekend, and I contacted him. He said, "Oh yeah, that's right, you paid," and he's trying to get me in. I'm like, "Oh, you should have knew I paid." But
Yeah.
Is that the Northeast Comic Con?
yeah.
Yeah, you need to make sure he knows we're coming in November, honey, because you
I
will
did
get
already.
frightened.
I did tell him.
But I mean, they're starting to come out sporadic. You know, the shows.
Yeah.
So that's
Yep.
really good. And
Well,
I
and
did actually
Wow.
if you're listening,
yeah.
we are mourning Plastic City being
I
postponed one more time.
We're very bummed about
Broke
that.
my heart.
Yeah.
I was so mad I was calling him bad names for about 20 minutes. But I have to be respectful of people's fears about COVID, even if I don't share any of them.
Right.
So my perspective, just to help you guys understand,
Yeah.
I've had COVID. I lived. I've had the vaccines, both of
Yeah.
them,
I have
and
to. Yeah.
I got sick on the second one.
Yeah.
And I
me
just
too.
don't understand the fuss after
Three of
having.
us.
I understand if you have a complication,
Yeah.
if you have any health issue at all that's serious enough,
Yeah.
COVID will be the one that takes you over the edge. But I was out for what, about a week, 3
Yeah.
bad days and 2 days recovery on on both sides rather.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I think we freaked out over a really bad virus that
Yeah.
wasn't the Black Plague, and
No,
I don't
but-
know that it justified all of this. Like
The thing
we
is,
literally
So,
shut
have
down.
no-
Chris,
Yeah, babe.
that opinion, I respect and I understand it, but there are people who have had a really bad effects and they weren't necessarily lots of complications. And I think that's where people.
But I haven't met any of them. That's the thing.
Well,
Everybody.
Gary,
I've known
do you
got
know
it.
anybody? Let Gary
Yeah, my
speak.
friend John King, he was in the hospital for months, and he almost passed away. And,
Wow.
and now he has scar tissue on his lungs.
Yeah.
He has to go through rehab.
And how it was? Did he have a lot of complications before, or anything like that? Was he older? Was he,
He's my age. He's 50. Oh, I'm 29, but he's 57. You know.
right?
Did you
And,
say you're 29?
And I
Well, he
know him
said
well. I went
49.
to school with him and that, and
Wow.
he's probably the only one I know that really the virus really hit hard. My sister had it, and it was just like the flu, just like
That's
we
like us,
had
Chris
one-
and I.
We had one person who did pass away, but she was an elderly lady with a lot of
Yeah.
complications.
Yeah.
But my daughter got it, and it's supposed to hit obese people harder.
Yeah.
And she actually did get it worse than I did. I got it a little worse than Diana, and Diana had almost no symptoms.
Yeah.
No, I had I think I lost my sense of smell for about a half a day, but I
Oh
was fine.
wow.
I was cleaning. I
But
was
like
cleaning
my
my house
son
and
got
stuff.
it,
It was
his wife
crazy.
got it.
Yeah.
Countless people at work got it. Now, one lady did get pneumonia at the same time and almost died,
Oh
but
wow.
that was the pneumonia thing. It's like that's the problem. Like if you get COVID and you have anything go wrong, pneumonia,
Yeah.
a heart attack, um, anything like that, your chances of survival are
Yeah.
axed probably 90%
Hmm.
because COVID will be that thing that kicks you over the edge
Yeah.
without
Right.
a doubt.
My friend John is actually coming home this Sunday, and they're having like a little parade for him in
Hmm.
Lancaster, like the fire trucks, police vehicles, and
That's awesome.
yeah, because he's a good guy, you know. And
Hmm.
he's actually a triplet, you know.
That's
He
crazy.
has
No,
two girls, his sisters, and then there's him, you know. But when
Hmm.
they get together, he wears a dress, so that works out good.
That's
But
funny.
anyways, my uncle had it, and he's elderly, and he survived it.
But
And
that's what Chris, I think, is trying to say. It's like
yeah, some people
the
affects differently, you know.
the
Yeah.
media hypes it up
Yes.
well,
to
the
such a
way
point that
the
I think,
media had me so scared when I got it, even though I was acting tough. I
Yeah.
was afraid to sleep because I thought I would die. I mean, it's like the way they first made it feel like
Yeah.
we couldn't go in buildings if someone had it in the building because the whole building had to be deep cleaned and it had to be closed
Right.
for 3 days.
Yeah.
And there were
Yeah.
all these things going on,
Yeah.
and now the science is coming out. Like MIT came out with a report that said it doesn't matter if you're 6 feet or 60 feet if you're indoors because it doesn't make sense unless the air is circulated at a certain rate.
Yeah.
It sits in the air. It doesn't matter how long you're in there for, and it doesn't matter how far away you are. If you're in the building, you're in the building. It's air is trapped in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the thing about that, when you hear that,
Yeah.
is we've all been in buildings. We've all had to do
Yeah.
things. I think you have as an officer. I know I have as someone who works in education. And Diana's had to go in
Yeah.
homes, and yet we've all survived. So it's obviously the masks may help. The social distancing doesn't, according to the study, but the mask, the cleaning, and everything else,
Yeah. Yeah.
we've been able to
hmm,
survive. It hasn't been the Black Plague. It's killed
No.
about 1% of the people that got it. It's
Right. Right.
that part's sad, but it's not. It's not even polio.
It's
It's just
overhyped.
not.
Yeah. I get it. It is. But
that's what I think
Yeah,
Chris is trying to say. But I just interjected there because sometimes you
well, I
I
come
don't want
across
people
as
to
polarizing.
misunderstand. Yeah, yeah. I don't want people to misunderstand you. Like you're not saying, "Oh, it's nothing. It's not this." But
Well, and I don't believe it's a hoax. I certainly believe it's
right.
real. Like I hated when people called it a hoax.
Yeah.
But when they call it a hoax, a lot of times I think that's what they're referring to, the hype and the like, okay, so if you're a fan of Dr. Fossey, God bless you, but I am not.
I am not either. I do
I
believe in
think
like
the guy is cuckoo.
yeah. I do like believe in like wearing the mask if you're in
oh
public,
yeah, yeah.
going to a
Well, I mean, I've been
restaurant,
wearing one since
things
day
like
one,
that.
okay?
But
So I'm not saying don't wear
yeah.
them,
Yeah.
but I do know most of the masks that I see worn, I'm like,
But they're not being worn properly, like
well, like
Right.
most.
almost everybody
Yeah.
I see these days is doing this number lately.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
You see
I,
people
I got to wear
driving
my
in their
mask
cars
like this.
by
I work
themselves.
with I work with students. I have to always be covered.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I actually have one with me at all times.
Mhm. Yeah, I do too. I wear them at work when I go on calls and stuff. You know.
Do you
Well,
use
yeah, of
the
course,
disposable
yeah.
ones like this, Gary?
What's that?
Do you use disposable ones like this one?
Yeah, like a blue and white one, not a black
Yeah.
one like that.
I have pink and purple.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, I color coordinate them with my clothing.
Yeah.
I do. Oh my
I do have a
god.
couple pair of midnight ones actually.
I want to. Where'd you get yours done? We're looking to get.
Zazzle did it.
Dazzle did it. Okay.
Zazzle.
Zazzle.
Yeah.
Zazzle. Zazzle. Right.
Oh, here's my crazy dog with his toy. I told you I was done playing with toys.
Yeah. Right. How old is she now? She's
6 months, I think. Yeah.
Oh, good golly. Yeah,
She's
you
on.
still have a whole another 6 months to go.
It's crazy.
Now, what kind of dog is she?
She's super
She's an
cute.
Augie, which is part Australian Shepherd and part
Mm.
Corgi. You know those
Yeah,
dogs. With
she's
the
gonna be
front
little, right? But under 40
It's gonna be about
pounds.
30 pounds. Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. Did you
Yeah.
get her from a breeder, or was it
No,
just?
actually, I got it from a store in New Hampshire, in Hudson, New Hampshire, called oh shoot, can't think of the name of it. Oh, it was a store we got it from.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, Hudson, New Hampshire. Just looked that up. I don't know.
You fell in love, right? You're like,
Oh yeah, I picked her out. Yeah,
Oh,
came right to the window.
she's super, super cute. Oh my
Thank you.
gosh, right?
She's fun. She
Yeah,
is fun.
she
She's
looks
a
it.
fun little dog.
We are probably going to get another little
Yeah.
Gucci, but I'm just waiting. Like, I don't want to get it too quick. You know what I mean?
took-
Like,
Yeah, it took my wife a long time to get over her other dog.
yeah.
You know, and so we finally got a dog,
Yeah.
another dog, and this dog is a little bigger than Honey was, which was
Mhm.
a toy Pomeranian.
Oh, yeah, those are cute too.
Yeah, but she was such a lady as compared to this dog. You know, this dog.
Is this? She's a girl, right? Sadie's a little girl, isn't she? Sadie?
Yeah, but she'll like bite tires and like take down a
I'm
giant.
sorry.
You
You need
got
some
her to
training. She needs some training.
Yeah.
Do you walk her at all?
Oh yeah. I bring her to the Fermland Hill whenever she goes to the vet. We walk around up there. And,
Oh, good.
she's looking at me right now. Are you talking about me? Yeah. How
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
And she's very
I don't-
smart. you
And
know,
she's very what?
very smart.
Yeah, of course she is. She's got you wrapped right around her little paw.
Oh,
She
yeah.
knows it. And
She
your wife
knows.
too, I bet.
Yeah. She knocks over my beer and
Oh God.
loves scrambled eggs. I make scrambled eggs for her.
That's
My
so
wife's
funny.
like, I'm gonna make her some scrambled eggs. I'm like, what? Yeah, dog can eat scrambled eggs. Oh, all right.
I make food for my girls. I always did. Chris, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Chris, it's upside down, honey. You gotta flip it
What is
over.
that? Oh, it's a pencil. Gee.
See, this is Chris's thing. Anytime we don't talk to him, he's like a 5-year-old. Watch. If you ask me anything about my book, where's Terry? Terry will vouch for this. Anything. So, Diana, how's your writing going? And we'll have a dialogue. What does my husband do?
Yep,
does
brings up a pencil.
Something.
But see my dogs here.
You guys didn't even notice I was switching everybody's pictures around.
I did notice, and I didn't
Yeah.
know why you were doing that.
Honey, Sadie, who's that?
Hi, Sadie.
I say,
Sadie. Hi, beautiful little girl. Oh my God, she's flipping. She's so cute. That's the kind of dog I want to get as a small little 30-pounder. I got
Yeah.
a little munchkin now.
30
Tiny.
pounder of like muscle and mayhem.
Yeah, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's what she is.
That's all right.
amazing
Alright.
puppies. All right, let's see if I can do this right now. Ready? Okay. Okay.
Try, because I'm going to bed. I gotta go to bed in the morning. I'm tired.
What am I doing here? It's backwards again.
Now it's blurry. You gotta pull it back, honey.
There you
Turn
go.
it over. Turn it over.
It's
Turn it-
upside
Well,
down.
it's-
It's upside down again.
Yeah, we can't read it.
You gotta turn it that way. Now
Unless we're
try.
witches.
Yeah, there you go.
There
It's
we
still
go.
upside down. No, it's
It's
reversed.
because of the camera.
Yep.
It's the camera flipping it.
Ah,
So, Chris,
But-
are you backwards then?
Yeah, but it's in right side reading, and it's one of the bling things.
Oh,
It's a pencil.
Cluster Fudge pencil. Okay. Not bad.
It's actually
And
the
do
same
you
one.
want to
that's in the book.
explain why that we're doing a pencil with a comic book?
Yeah, it's in the Cluster Fudge book.
Yeah, we're also going to add a word search too, just to kind of go along with the pencil. Chris doesn't know it yet, but I'm adding.
I
a
didn't
word
know
search.
that. Yeah,
Yes, because
that's
it
the
doesn't
Diana
make sense.
packing.
That's my
That's cool.
That's my thing. I'm going to do a word search with all like the character name and different components of the story that are important that you'd
Yeah.
have to find that you can like a back page kind of.
Are
thing.
you really doing that?
Yes, I'm really. Do you want me to contribute somehow? And Diana's diamonds fell off the wagon, so I don't do that anymore.
Well, you have to write it to
I don't know enough about comic books to write a whole thing about comic books. It takes me
Well,
too
you-
long.
Diana, I must say that my son is looking forward to seeing you. You really hit it off with him. And,
Oh, he's awesome. Oh,
Andy.
yeah, that was so much fun. We
yeah.
had so much fun. I know. We are booked for a couple of shows.
Yeah.
We're going to the Springfield one. Hopefully, they're going to have it.
Yeah. What's the name of
we-
that one?
That Springfield Comic Con.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to that one at all?
I didn't know about that one. Oh.
Yes, it's the Springfield Comic Con.
We have a table in the closet.
We
Oh.
do not. No, we
I don't know.
Gotta have
don't.
a closet.
I don't know what it is.
He doesn't. Why do you talk sometimes? I have a table in a closet. Oh my God, he kills me.
Isn't
All
Kate
the good
Jenner
that I
gonna be
do.
there?
Okay, and then we're gonna go to the November one for the New England Comic Cons because I'm sorry, I can't do a Comic Con in the middle of July on 4th of July weekend, no less. I'm usually out in my pool. We're going to the Granite Comic Con in
Yeah.
Manchester. That's in September. We're double booked for that because my nephew's getting married on that Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be like, and he's getting married. It's in Concord, New Hampshire, so it's like a half hour away.
Yeah.
But that means Chris has to come to the wedding, I think, or he goes home and one of my kids bring me home. And then,
Just have to wear a tie.
yeah, he's got to wear the Terrificon. We got into the Terrificon, the Mohegan Sun one.
Oh,
That's,
you guys are in that one?
We are going. I forked up the money for that.
How much was that one? If you don't mind me asking?
$295 for the table.
Ooh. Yeah.
It was steep, but it's a pretty decent Comic Con from what I've read.
It is nice. I've been to
it-
that one. Yeah.
Have you? Okay. It's a 3-day one, July 30th to August 1st. So
You better bring the goods on that one, baby.
I know. And then we're still listed to go to Kids Con in Radisson, but I pushed the show off. I didn't want to go to Maine in the middle of winter, so we
Right.
pushed it off to spring 2022. They're supposed to be having it then. Plastic City, we were excited. That got changed to next year, 2022, on the 16th. He sent out an email,
What are you doing?
and that's it. Chris is being very loud and
Okay,
obnoxious.
that's cool. Oh, there's the pencil.
Ah,
Right. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's
So-
not flipped.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's-
does
it's-
that pencil actually say that on it?
Yeah, it
Yes.
says clusterfudge-heroshack.com.
I couldn't read it. I'm sorry, I couldn't read it.
That's okay.
Oh,
Yes, it's
okay.
yeah.
See, if I was a witch, I could read backwards, but I'm not.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Oh,
That's
my
so
dog's
funny.
killing me. Ah.
So we only actually, now that I'm looking at it, guys, we only have 3 lined up for this year. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. I haven't heard from Brass City, which is a Waterbury, Connecticut one that we submitted last year to.
Yeah,
35
I was
bucks for the table. Did you see that one?
No, but I heard about it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to hear from the guy if they're going to have it or not.
Oh.
I sent an email and he wrote me on the 6th of December. He was in rehab. I'm watching your dog. She is a maniac. Look at her.
Making
She
me
wants to play. She wants to play.
Ow!
Ow. Oh, Sadie, you fresh little girl. You'd be on a behavior plan with me, young lady. That's it.
Ow.
So yeah, we have
Yeah.
3
That's
shows,
what we got.
good. Don't put any more.
That's it. 3 shows. I
I'm
think
really
that's good
really
for this
kind
one.
of unsure of the shows because I've been out of the swing of it. You're gonna have to get me back in the swing of it.
You'll be fine. You'll be good.
I want to do them. I'm just like,
Well, you always get your little anxiety gets up and all that stuff. You'll be fine. We'll have fun.
my little anxiety gets up.
Yeah.
Sadie.
I'm leaving on that note.
Sadie. Stop it.
I'm gonna take it someplace I don't want to take it. Oh my God. So guys, I was up very early this morning. I've worked a 12-hour day today.
Actually, honey, so we're supposed to be doing half-hour shows and we've gone an hour.
I know, but I'm super tired and I don't want to be like disrespectful. I'm just really, really tired. I'm falling asleep sitting here.
No, I actually am too. My eyes are kind of burning.
No, you're not. Every time I leave, you have to leave. Gary hasn't been in forever. You
I
should
do
sit and
have to
talk with
leave, though. I'm
Gary.
exhausted.
And Terry.
Don't
Bull
berate
crap.
me publicly.
I am not
Really?
berating you. Berate you.
are.
Who
You
picks
guys are
on me all the time?
You guys are
Carrie.
so married.
Oh my God, we are. It's so sorry.
I don't know who picks on you all the time, but I'm going to write
You
him
do.
a bad letter.
Today, I was stirring my tea super quietly. One little ding, and does my husband go, "Sal, what are you eating?" Nothing. What are you?
She
You
made me
have
actually
tea?
track it down. I had to say, wait a minute, do you have a tea with a spoon in it? And she started laughing. I'm like, I knew I heard it.
His ears are so sensitive. I can't. And he gave me, hey Gary, he gave me this big mic now, so he picks up everything. I have it as
very well with that.
Can I just point out, if you brought that over to you, we would have heard you better all night. When you just brought that closer.
Can you hear me better?
Oh yeah,
Like that.
Yeah, you
But
sound like
I moved. Listen, I moved it over so he couldn't hear my tea thing. He still picked it up, so it didn't matter. Oh crap!
Oh, by the way,
Diana, the thing is, if you move it intentionally, everybody's going to hear it.
No, I said it. I actually set it up before the show started. I had it far away from me, thinking he'll never pick up on it then. And that's why I asked you, could you hear me when we first started? And you said you could hear me. I said, good. I'm not buying for that. No, I'm not.
Gary, what were you trying to say, bro?
Happy birthday, bro! If I missed it,
Thank you.
It was Saturday.
Yeah, no, I just turned 52.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's a blast to be old.
No, it sucks.
No, I don't like it.
Because like now I know what it feels like to be on like the other side of the hill. Because no matter what I do, at 50, you know that you're just about at any halfway point that you could possibly hope for. So like I'm on the other side of the hill, I can enjoy the ride. You know, like all that stressful stuff of growing up and going to school and trying to figure out money. It's all been solved, because the truth about money is we're in America. It always just rolls. Even when you don't have money, there's stuff to catch you. It's not third world nation stuff, you know, in America typically.
Yeah.
Funny.
Dog's killing me. All right.
So I'm out of here, guys. Good night. It was awesome seeing you, Gary. Terry, a pleasure as always. Christopher, later.
I don't think so, girl. I'm closing my office door and hiding.
You better. All right, guys. Till next week. Peace out. Good night.
Gary split too. I'm gonna go though, because I'm dead. But
I understand,
serious, bro. Get a book together, bro. Let's promote.
All right.
You can kick me anytime you want.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you later, though. I am gonna go crash.
All right,
she
man.
Yell at me about that, but she doesn't understand. I work early in the morning.
True.
All
You have to get up early and make sure all the kids are set up.
It's fun, but it's tiring. So I'll talk to you soon, bro. Oh, and look for my invite on Twitter or look for my follow.
Okay.
I got a new. You'll see. It's just Christo. It's or Christy or whatever.
Oh.
I'm not going to be using the other one as much or at all. All right. See you later, bro.
Later.